Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about software piracy. Software piracy is the act of illegally copying, distributing, and/or using of software. Although software piracy is illegal, there can be arguments made in favor for and against the act. If arguments can be made in favor for software piracy, does that mean it's okay for me to do it? No. Now let me continue. We will start with why software piracy is illegal. In many countries, software piracy is an illegal crime. It is illegal because it is essentially stealing. Software is copied, distributed, and used without the consent of the owner. This leads to many consequences for both the criminal and the victim. If caught, the criminal will face legal consequences for their crime. This could include fines and imprisonment. The victim in this situation is the owner of the software. They face loss of sales on their software due to it being distributed around the internet for free. The loss of sales leads to a loss of the jobs of those working on the software because there are insufficient funds to pay them. These companies are losing resources because they don't get very much out of software piracy. Now, why would someone do such a terrible thing? Especially with the big consequences, I have not yet seen the positives of software piracy. Crazy, isn't it? There are many reasons why we would pirate software. There are people that cannot afford the software that they want to buy. There are people that simply don't want to pay for it. Can't they just save up the money and buy it when they have enough funds? Everyone wants to save money. People are out there who are willing to take the risk for software, especially when the software can be really expensive. There are many arguments that a software pirater could make to say that it actually favors the company that they are pirating from. Like what? People say that software pirating is a form of exposure that companies get for free. There is another point that says users are testing out the product for the company and could give feedback for the improvement of the software. Some companies do not allow trial versions of their software, so users pirate the software to try before they buy. If they like the software, they could consider purchasing it as well as supporting the company in other ways. When you put it that way, it doesn't seem so bad. Well, it's still illegal, buddy. Alongside being illegal, software piracy isn't exactly safe. One could acquire many viruses if they happen to download a faulty software. This is another risk one takes when they pirate software. Software isn't the only thing that gets pirated on the internet. Other media such as movies and music are distributed online too. Fortunately, there are companies that are able to compete against piracy for content like music and movies. Companies like Netflix and Spotify offer a service that is well worth the price a customer pays for the convenience and safety of listening to music and watching movies. These days, these services are very popular and typically favored by most of the population over piracy. I thought we were talking about software though? Oh right. We are. Another reason why one would pirate software is because it is not available to their region. For example, a software might only be sold in the United States of America. This means a European person would not be able to purchase the software, therefore they would need to pirate it to acquire it. It is the fault of the company to only allow sales in certain regions or countries. One last argument for piracy is that most companies are making enough money to be reasonably sustainable and be able to grow their company as well as their product. Since a minority of the population pirates and a smaller minority pirates specific programs, the margin profit loss is small compared to the amount of money a company is already making. All these arguments for piracy doesn't make it ethical to do though. At the end of the day, it is stealing content from a creator with many risks alongside it. It is up to the individual to decide if software piracy is worth it or not. Wow! I now know many facts and details about both sides of software pirating. Thank you, Tilda.